What's happening, everyone? JayShockblast here, and check it out. James Gunn to tackle Suicide Squad sequel for Warner Brothers. That is the headline from The Hollywood Reporter. He is signed on to write the new Suicide Squad movie, and it is possible he is going to direct it as well, although that is not what they've agreed to at this point. So far, it is just him writing the movie, and I have to say I have mixed feelings about this. As we all know, he was fired by Disney from doing the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and for better or worse, it is what it is. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I just think my big issue with the whole situation was that, you know, James Gunn was very vocal on Twitter politically. He was in a big little Twitter beef with a lot of conservative writers and people and stuff like that. And I'll be honest with you, some of the people that he was arguing with, not the type of people I want to take the side of, but I will say that James Gunn was very, very quick to call for the heads of people for things that they tweeted, whether it was deserved or undeserved. I really think we need to, as a society, learn to communicate with each other better and not just go straight into offense mode every time something happens. Nobody learns from that. It's just vindictive, and you know, you play with fire, sometimes you get burned, and that is exactly what happened to James Gunn. And I think Disney was well within their right to fire him. It's not necessarily what I wanted. For better or worse, James Gunn did huge things for the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. He didn't always get it right as far as comic book accuracy is concerned, and he definitely changed some things that I wasn't completely in love with, but the Guardians of the Galaxy have never been more popular, and he has a large role to play in that, and for that I respect and appreciate what he was able to accomplish. Now he's moving over to DC Comics, and it's no secret that their movies have been pretty terrible, and they are trying to find a way to straighten all of that out. I guess terrible is a pretty strong word. They haven't been great. They haven't been as critically acclaimed as the MCU movies have. And I think this is a good role for him, because it's very clear that, you know, the Suicide Squad is a weird, zany crew, and they're going to, you know, benefit from his style of writing, as long as he can leave the little boys out of it. I will say that it's interesting. I'm interested to see what's going to happen from here. It does not seem like this is an actual sequel, though. It says this is a brand new take on the DC property, which features DC villains Deadshot, Harley Quinn the Joker, Captain Boomerang, and Killer Croc, who are forced into the service of the government in exchange for lighter sentences. I don't know if he necessarily needs to use all those same people, but, you know, it'll be interesting to see. I think we could sit here and argue until we're blue in the face about whether or not, you know, Disney should have stuck to their guns, but I think my contention is we do not know what conversations they had behind the scenes, because he was very, very aggressive on Twitter politically, and, you know, there are definitely other people that are within the Marvel ranks, if you will, that are as well, but I mean, he was going after people, and there are definitely some scenarios where, you know, what's awkward here is that he's gone after Jared Leto, like, a lot, and even accused, you know, of maybe hooking up with females that are underage. So, as we know, Jared Leto is the Joker in Suicide Squad. So, I mean, there's a lot of really interesting dynamics to this. And I'm interested to see how it plays out. I would imagine that Leto's done as Joker at this point. I don't see those two working together. But what do you guys think? I mean, it's obviously a good thing for DC from a pure filmmaking perspective. I don't think... I'm not the type of person that wants to see people punished. I'm not like a Punisher. You know, he hopefully learned something from this. I mean, I'll tell you that I actually unfollowed him from Twitter well before all this happened, just because I was tired of the things that he posted. You know, it was enough. And I honestly, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a conservative. I consider myself independent, but I definitely feel like I want a lot of the things that are more liberal leaning. But like at some point, I didn't follow him for that. And it's fine if that's what he wants to do with his Twitter. I'm never going to say to somebody, hey, I didn't follow you for politics. Stick to movies. You know, like a lot of people will criticize sports writers. Hey, stick to sports. And I'm not that type of person. Like for me, it's like, all right, deuces. You know, and I figured enough of the people that I followed would retweet anything that he said that was important. And if I missed out on all the other stuff, I was fine with it. So with that said, that's why I wasn't really surprised when this happened. And, you know, you could sit here and criticize all the stupid old tweets. And they were dumb. They were bad. Like, I know he said they was joking. The stuff he did with Leto, though, I think that was definitely crossing the line. And I think behind the scenes, Disney talked to him about it. And, you know, he kept pushing. He kept seeing how far he could go. And then he found out. And I don't like that he was fired because I want people to learn from it, but it's the dangerous game that everybody plays. And you know, he certainly tried pushing for people to get fired instead of, you know, helping them learn from their experience. So I don't really feel bad that it happened to him. I do think it's not necessarily the best for the MCU, but you know, hey man, if they get Taika Waititi, I can never pronounce names, man. If they can get Taika in there to do another Guardians, I think, you know, it could be pretty cool. It'll be cool to see maybe another take on it, and hopefully Batista could stop crying about it and come back as Drax. Otherwise, he's the most replaceable of the group. So we'll see what happens. But that is what we have. James Gunn is now going to be involved with a Suicide Squad movie. I don't know if we should call it a sequel. I don't know. I really don't know what DC's doing with their movies, but Aquaman looks amazing. So I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anyway, as always, would love to know what you guys think. We'll see ya.